Joker's Fair and Falcon Snare are both very similar. However, there's one tiny but crucial detail that makes Joker's way better. It all has to do with how the game treats Joker, so let's jump into it. Both moves come out of frame 7 and send the opponent horizontally. They both have very similar applications when the entire move is used, even having similar combos. However, we're only worried about this first part of the move, which we'll be referring to as Fair 1. This is where something you could call DLC privilege starts to kick in. On a grounded opponent, the first hit of the move will pop them up. This is really good for combos and more as we go on with the video. And if you have Arsene, you can go for some really early kill confirms near the ledge. You see a lot of these confirms frequently because they're so easy and reliable to pull off.
Okay, nice punish right there. Leo opting to go for this counter. Trying to reflect the projectile. Does not matter. Fair 1 into the up smash. Death taxes MK Leo in top 8, ladies and gentlemen.
Falcon Snare will also pop the opponent up in a very similar fashion to Joker. With this first hit, Falcon can get some really nice and reliable combos with it. He too can get some really early kills near the ledge.
Here and then brings it back 3-0. Oh my god. Oh my god!
Now, I've shown you what these moves can do to opponents who are on the ground. But what about opponents who are in the air, or opponents that have been knocked up off the ground? When Joker does forward air, the first hit will lead the opponent towards Joker, to better confirm into the second hit. So if Joker is moving upwards, Fair 1 will pull the opponent upwards and towards Joker. The same thing applies when Joker is going downward, even though the second hit doesn't connect. This puts the opponent in more than enough hit stun for Joker to get a grab or follow up off of it. At higher percents, Joker can even get a guaranteed forward smash. At high enough percent, the opponent will be sent to tumble. Which again makes it really easy to combo it into a forward smash. Now you may think this is bad because it allows for a window for the opponent to tech, which is true. However, because Fair 1 is so fast and quick, it's nearly impossible to react to this, making it extremely unlikely that the opponent will actually tech it. Falcon Snare does not have this drag down property, meaning the combos that you can get with it if an opponent is in the air are more limited and restricted. This is what gives Joker's Fair 1 an edge over this move. Here's a cool combo, Fair 1 to drag down Fair into forward smash. Now this only works on certain characters at a very specific percent range, not to mention the timing for it is very tight. So let's talk about a safer, more reliable option. Joker's up air is perfect for this. Just like Fair 1, it can also drag down the opponent from the air into the ground and still leave the opponent in enough hit stun to follow up. At mid percents, you can get some pretty decent combos off of it. But it starts to get more interesting at higher percents. Now, drag down up air won't have enough hit stun for you to connect something like a forward smash, but it does leave you enough time to combo with a down smash, which is faster and will connect. But there's something that makes up air and Fair 1 both much better. That's right, platforms. Landing with Fair 1 can pop the opponent up into a platform and give Joker plenty of time to follow up. So you can choose between doing a simple confirm or a more creative combo. If you're on the other side of the stage and land a Fair 1, you might not be able to get a kill. However, using platforms, you can close out that stock. All that's needed for you to do is Fair 1, drag down upper into the platform, and then up smash. And of course, platforms are just really good in general to get earlier kills. Now, there's a few other characters that have very similar moves to Joker's Fair and Falcon's Snare, so I wanted to cover them. Mii Brawler and Zero Suit Samus also have similar fairs. Let's cover Zero Suits first. At lower percents, you can get a follow-up off of it, but nothing too crazy. At higher percents, you can get a kill confirm off of it, which is pretty neat.
People want to do to get away from him.
What?
Now, Mii Brawler's Fair 1 is really bad. At lower percents, he can't even get something like an F-tilt out of it. Even at higher percents, you can't get something significant like an F-smash. At these percentages, your best bet would be something like a dash attack. Next up, we have Link's Bear 1, which I think is similar enough to the rest of the moves to be in the same category. Now, Link's Bear 1 has set knockback, which basically means that it'll send the same distance no matter the opponent's percentage. While at first it may sound like a bad thing, this does make it a really reliable kill confirm.
What is this? Okay.
Oh my god! Oh my
The link goes the distance.
If I had to organize these moves into a tier list, it would probably look like this.
Intruder alert! Red 5 space.
What was that? Anyway, I would put Joker in P tier, which stands for privileged, because of, well, everything I discussed earlier. Falcon would go in A tier, because Nair 1 still allows him to do some pretty cool stuff like this. On B tier, I would put Zero Suit's Fair 1, and on C tier, I would put Link's Bear 1. While I think both are similar in strengths, Link's lack of range is a huge caveat. Finally, Mii Brawler's Fair 1 doesn't do much of anything really. Now that we've gone over just about everything that makes Fair 1 such a good move, I think now is a good time to show some examples from top players such as MKLeo, Omega, and Lemon in a cool montage. Wait, what was that?
Gentlemen, I am the spy. You disgust me. Coward. Well, off to visit your mother. You live in a bed. Hit the showers, Richie. I dominate you. My sap and my dispenser. Dispenser down, you mush-mouth freak!
Persona. Turtle time, no success there. Drag down up.
The Arsene gone, now it's gonna be all we get the drag down. Another time Infinity, and that should be
Pretty good start. That couple bit of combo. Drag down to the Leo jumps early. This time he's not going to.
Hang it there!
Arsene here to work with. Router misses that F smash tech chase. Leo gets it.
Oh,
Up
God
smash,
damn!
and
Is
he's
that your
gone.
life? That's your life! Oh my God!
Big clutch reverse 3 stock from MK Leo to seal game number 1 from a position that nobody ever.